Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today looking at the month of October for Pisces. So wherever you happen to have a Pisces in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on a Pisces, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to be finding out what you will be reaping this month of October. We have the haystack here for karma. You will reap what you have sown. So either that makes you feel really happy, really good, or not so much, depending on what you've been putting out into the universe. So this is your gentle reminder to be more mindful and aware that you are literally manifesting all the time. So if you don't like what's been coming your way, check in with your thoughts and your feelings. You are the only one that can change the outcome. So all right, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else, or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit of a challenge for me sometimes, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. You know, whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list, like a card deck or a candle, something for my household, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below. So make sure you check that out. So before we get into cards, we are going to get a zodiac sign message. That is what Spirit has picked for the month of October. So all right, Spirit, for Pisces, October 2025, a zodiac sign message. What is it that Pisces needs to know here? And you have Gemini coming in for you. So all right, Gemini is May 21st to June 20th. Some key words are haste, logic, social skills, communications field, mischief, restless, gossip, versatility, curiosity, precocity, life of the mind, rumor mill, advertising, quick wit, talkative, duality, salesmanship, travel, the media, adapt, numbers, estimate, sound bites, and information. Gemini's symbolic meaning. Thousands of years ago, the ancient sages were wise to pick as a symbol for Gemini a pair of twins. For it is as if within Geminis there are actually two different people with two different sets of values and opinions, maybe more. No joke, I have Gemini rising, and I definitely feel it is Definitely, maybe more. In fact, Geminis are legendary for functioning best when they have two or more things to do at the same time. Those born under the sign of Gemini are among the best communicators of information, especially things that they have heard and their opinions. Yet though they speak clearly and put their point across, they are often misunderstood since they love big words and long sentences. They love to play with words and have little patience for those not quick-witted enough to grasp their subtle meanings. Because they are interested in everything, Geminis become skilled at anything they put their lightning quick minds to. They are also the most versatile of signs. It is a rare Gemini that does only one thing extremely well. They also have great dexterity. Their desire to comprehend and communicate everything quickly produces both an endless curiosity and an ability to take every side of an issue. The enemy of all Geminis is boredom, and to avoid it, they will say and do things that appear completely out of character. They need to take frequent breaks lest their nervous energy exhausts them completely. So that's where my anxiety comes from that Gemini rising. Thank you so much, Gemini. Alright, Pisces, maybe you have Gemini in your birth chart somewhere, or maybe you're dealing with a Gemini, someone with Gemini in their birth chart somewhere. It can be anywhere in your relationships, and it's totally okay if you don't know. You know, we don't always know our own birth chart, let alone that of everyone we interact with, right? So it's totally okay if you don't know. Let's get some spell casting oracle messages here for you this month of October, Pisces. Let's see what you need to know. You have travel coming in here. Ooh, exciting. You have home coming in here. You have protection coming in here, and you have forgiveness coming in here as well. So, all right, some interesting energies here. Let's find out what you need to know here. We're going to start with that travel card here. What you wish for will not come about by sheltering within the comfort of your four walls and all that makes you feel secure. And you literally have home right there. You're being called to journey the road less traveled, for the answers you seek certainly won't be found while you're sitting on the sofa. Instead, book that trip of a lifetime. Soak up the fiery sun of faraway lands. Go climb a mountain, bathe in tropical waters, or make that overdue visit that you've been promising. This is the perfect time to go and seek adventure and to retreat from a mundane world. So be the bold explorer. Go and discover for yourself what's waiting out there just for you. And you know, maybe you're finding a home somewhere else too, you know. Home is definitely where the heart is. It's a place of security, protection, comfort, and sanctuary. And for you, there's nothing better than the feeling of being at home. As idyllic as that sounds, the reality of the home is sometimes far harsher, with disagreements, interruptions, or no time to call your own. But feeling like an outsider is hard for anyone one looking in. So it's time to breathe new energy into your dwelling place by enhancing the ambiance with peace, warmth, and happiness. Retreating within your newly energized home for a while will restore you to the full strength required to face the outside world. And then we have protection. It's time to retreat simply and quietly from a situation. Danger could be lurking in the shadows, and you're being urged to assess the situation carefully. The magical symbol of the pentagram lends you its sacred sight. This ancient talisman calls you to seek the truth as it encircles you within its energy of protection. It's vital that you're shielded from the harsh energies of others as your sensitivity increases. When you open yourself up to higher spiritual vibrations, protection is always key to give you the freedom to work your magic. So call on your guides and angels. Ask them to protect you from any and all harm. We also have forgiveness. It's time to set yourself free from hurt, anger, and betrayal and let go. Be kind, forgive yourself, and give yourself permission to be forgiven. Others may be reeling from your actions, or you could be a target of judgment, shaming, or disapproval. Soothe your wounded heart by radiating love out to those who have injured you. This is not giving them permission for bad behavior, but rather heals your hurts instead. Resentment is a prison door that harbors emotional distress, while forgiveness holds the key to freedom. So make peace with your pain as you release attachment to the situation and move on. You know, stop being a victim. Stop being a doormat for people. All right, Pisces, let's see what's going on in the love department for you this month of October. Now, this can include yourself, family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere that you have love. So if you're like, hey, Gigi, I really love my job, the people I get to work with, the people I get to interact with, my hobbies, then guess what? That is all included here as well. So let's see what we got going on. You do have this tree, affairs with your family. So, you know, you could be traveling, coming home, you know, keeping a promise, you know, but spending a lot of time and nourishing the roots. You have a tulip here for great passion. You have dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. This can be anywhere in your relationships, usually the first person that comes to mind. And it could be yourself if you identify as a man with dark complexion or hair. You also have the vase for secret admirer. Maybe you're going to put your tulips in this vase from that admirer. It could be the dark man. You know, maybe you haven't met them just yet, Pisces. That is something else coming through. There are so many of us, so the possibilities are literally endless here. All right, let's see what's going on in career and finance for you this month of October, Pisces. You know, I always like to know what's going on with my money, honey. I'm always like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. You know, like, how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in all of your accounts? I'd be like, yup, I manifested that. I sure did. Show me the dadgum money right now. All right, you have the table for hard work ahead. roll them sleeves up, time to put some elbow grease, and you know, you have a spot at the table. So don't let anyone make you feel like you have to sit at the kiddie table accepting scraps, because no you don't. All right, you have the beetle here for good fortune. I love that. You do have this lobster showing up for financial pinch. So, but you know, for me, I'm like, if you got lobster money, if you can afford to buy or go eat lobster, then you're probably not doing too bad for yourself, you know, if you're not living above your means, right? So check in with where your money's going. You know, maybe you're paying for things that you're not even using, and you could cut those out, and then you have a little extra jingle in your pocket. You have the V for victory in some endeavor. So you're victorious already. You are already the champion at whatever this is. So let that confidence carry you into your dealings. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you this month of October, Pisces. You know, life do be lifing a little hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes, use a little Vaseline? And life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can, you know, don't mean I want to. You know, I would like to coast down Easy Street, have my address be on Easy Street just for once in my life. You know, that sounds amazing to me. So we have butterfly, a change for the better. You're going through a transformation. You do have this whale. There's great worry over nothing. So you're taking a small tiny fish and turning it into a whale of a problem. Stop it. And it's real easy to say that, stop it, you know, but I totally understand, you know, yeah, I'm going to get over it, but I got to be dramatic about it first. And that's just my style. You do have this dirty rat, someone working against you behind your back. But, you know, as long as we're alive, there are going to be forces working for us and forces working against us. So make sure you're feeding the right one. You know, don't feed the dirty, negative working against you. All right, we have this tankard for celebration, fun, enjoyment. You know, go out, have some fun, get together with your friends, celebrate just being alive, you know. I mean, I think that's a wonderful idea. All right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get some messages from Mama Moon here for you for this month of October, Pisces. Ooh, okay. We have last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. That's part of how you move forward, part of how you forgive. And you have new moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. You know, take hold of the reins. No one else should be steering the direction your life is going but you. All right, last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. This moon has a bright, shining energy, but a reserved pressure is piling on. The great thing about knowing what stands between you and your goal is that you can do something about it. Your manifestation affirmation, the only way out is through. You know, there's that song, if you're going through hell, just keep going. The only way out is through. All right, new moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. This is an especially good sign for matters related to your professional life, life goals and ambitions, or a work colleague. Think about where you want to be a year. Consciously visualize it. Write a 12-month plan detailing how you're going to get there. You know, come up with a good plan, but then you got to execute it. Your manifestation affirmation. The harder I work, you have that table up there, the luckier I get. Yes, the harder I work, the luckier I get. All right, let's get a sixth sense connection oracle message here for you for this month of October, Pisces. This is what your higher self wants you to know. A message from your higher self. You have a number 23 for Heartlight coming in. Ooh, I love it. All right, let's see what you got going on with this Heartlight. You connect with the divine through your heart center. It feels like a beacon of light that expands outward and upward into the universe. It fills you with divine love and inspiration. It carries messages of encouragement, hope, and love. It's the best teacher in the universe and able to guide you through all situations. When you feel uneasy, trust your gut, as this is the divine talking to you, trying to help you avoid making mistakes. The affirmation: I am in harmony with the divine and receive divine guidance. Some good crystals are celestial quartz, apophyllite, and selenite. I am in harmony with the divine and receive divine guidance. Everything happens in divine timing. All right, let's get some Moon Magic mini deck messages for you for this month of October, Pisces. Let's see what else you need to know here. Okay. Failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. You are victorious already. Waning, give us 5. You know, if you never try, then you never find out what truly works for you. So failure is only learning. I move with confidence and resilience. I am courageous and powerful. Waxing, give us 2. Ooh, I like that. I am courageous and powerful. All right, let's get some Language of Flowers mini deck messages here for you for this month of October, Pisces. I feel like I said that really weird. I'm like, did I just say messages? Did I really? Blooper reel. My brain is very tired. All right, we have Stephanatus for cooperation. Take the hand offered or ask. You know, a closed mouth doesn't get fed, you guys. You have to ask. You have to activate your guides and your angels. We also have Stop. Slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. You need to slow down. Take stock of things, you guys. All right, your bonus is going to come from the Oracle of Destiny. So let's see what Pisces needs to know for this month of October. You have Arch coming through here. So, okay, you got a bonus because you ran them numbers up on your last month's reading. Thank you so much for that. If you want a bonus in your next month's reading, make sure you run them numbers up on this reading. I greatly appreciate that so much, you guys. So, all right, Arch. sometimes these are not easy to find at all. So they're not in like alphabetical order, like that would really help. Okay, so arch, the aspect of the hand, literally your the tips of your fingers. So it's the type of fingerprint that has a simple shape but is not very frequent. It is generally found on the index finger, but the divinatory meaning, an arch connects one bank to the other. It is the shape of a rainbow with its magical fruits, and it can be a period of time that unites the past and future. Everything is held, even what seems far away. And you know, you have to be brave enough to go through this archway, you guys, when it opens up for you. I mean, you can look through it all you want, but until you walk through it, you're not gonna know, you know, all the goodness up ahead, right? Don't stay stuck and stagnant. All right, Pisces, these are your messages for the month of October. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. It truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I'm so very grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. So hey, Pisces, looks like you're reaping some pretty good things. Traveling, you know, home, protection, forgiveness. I feel like forgiveness, man, that is a really big one. You got a seat at the table. You're checking in with your family, with your tribe. There's a chance for great passion. Maybe there's a dark man entering your life, you know, as a secret admirer. It could be. You have good fortune up ahead. You have victory. Yeah, there may be a financial pinch if you don't pay attention to what you're spending. There is a change for the better. Quit making mountains out of molehills, you know, turning a tiny little fish into a big whale of an ordeal. You may have some dirty rats that you need to exterminate. Don't forget to go out and have fun. Pour from the light within your heart. Be brave enough to go through the archway. It's time for you to step up and leave the past behind. Work forgiveness into everything, including your own self. All right, Pisces, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.